I never really realized the price of Lego sets. Like, my god, they are disgustingly expensive. I hope my parents never had to pay such insane prices. Surely there has to be a video game alternative to Legos. Maybe there's a game where you can build stuff, or you can mine stuff. Oh, Minecraft? Nah. This time we got Trailmakers for the Xbox Series X. So obviously this game looks like another licensed product. I'm just going to say it, Lego. Yeah, it looks like a Legos game where you build different cars and other vehicles, so that idea to start with is just great. And I'm totally shocked that Lego hasn't come out with a game like it itself. Like, there's Minecraft that came out, which is basically Lego in the virtual space, so they missed the mark when Minecraft came out, but I thought Lego would have come out with something soon, right? Which, as I write this review, Lego's coming out with a similar racing game where there's different vehicles you can build and customize, so maybe they got tired of not being Lego enough in the video game space. I don't know, I thought they were fine just being the premier building block toy for kids, but I guess that's just not good enough anymore. As with any sandbox game, it has a free play mode where you can build whatever your heart desires just to mess around in, and that, in and of itself, is a fun thing to do. And while you can technically build anything, you're mainly building vehicles. It's incredibly fun to just throw a bunch of motors on a tiny car and see how fast you can get them to go. You can also download designs other people made, which is a blast to do because I don't have a ton of time to make something completely amazing, or I don't really have the skills to do it either. But you know what other people have? Time and skills, so I can piggyback off of their amazing accomplishments. What I was not expecting in this game was a pretty fleshed out single player mode where you're traveling through space and your spaceship blows up and you have to collect the pieces in order to rebuild the ship to get you home. With each piece of the ship, there are different pieces you can build your vehicle with, so as you progress you can build more and more sophisticated vehicles, which I'm just shocked at how fun this game mode is. While the sandbox is fun in a crazy, hectic kind of way, this mode makes you build with a purpose to reach certain areas by traversing certain terrains, and it's really a blast to play. They do offer different default vehicles here and there where you can just use those instead of something you build, but you can build something from scratch if you want to. It's set in an open world too, so the only limitations of the vehicles you can build. There are a ton of ship pieces floating on rocks in the sky that you don't have access to yet because you don't have the flying pieces, so it's a nice bit of foreshadowing of, hey, you'll be able to fly up there and get that piece at some point, which I think it's good to have obstacles like that in an otherwise open world setting because it shows the player the natural progression of the game and how it's supposed to play out. But I always feel like I see people complaining about linearity, that you can't reach certain places if it's not technically an open world. Like, there should be some sort of progression in the open world, and this game definitely has it. The one thing that I do think is a bit cumbersome is the build screen, which I've mentioned in a couple of previous Game Pass game reviews, is that this feels like a PC game that was just ported to console and the controls just haven't been 100% optimized for a controller. It also becomes a little bit difficult to save your blueprints while in the build switcher. Yeah, when you're driving along, you can do a quick switch on your layout to be something else so that you don't have to build something completely new or even go into the builder. If you need a water vehicle, quick change. If you need something with a tractor beam, quick change. So when you go to edit these blueprints, you need to manually save them, which I guess makes sense, but I often make tweaks to a blueprint and then drive around, and then I need to quick change into another vehicle, and then I switch back to the original one and the changes are gone. So in my ideal world, it would auto-save any changes I made to a blueprint, but I suppose I should just be able to adapt and learn the controls and skill issue and blah blah blah. So I am adapting, just saying. But overall, it's a really great game. It's enjoyable. It has several modes that are fun. It has a mess around mode. It has a purposeful single player fun mode. I didn't really try some of the other modes that they have, but they have other ones that you can try out. I'm sure they're pretty good too. So maybe Lego has a problem on their hands with this thing. I don't really have a list I can put this game on because I don't have a lot of sandbox games. I don't have that many Xbox Series X games, so not really anything I can do about that, but I do hope to try to play the racing mode that's on this game because you know I like those racing games and racing modes. Lego should be able to exceed what this game can do, but I don't really have a lot of faith in large companies doing what's best for consumers either, so we'll just see how that turns out. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Working on another review soon. See you then.